Welcome back to lecture number 6 on numerical on viscosity. This is part 2 of on viscosity problem. This session we will discuss the application of Newton's law of viscosity on rotating components, or in some special cases are also there. So straight away we go to the numerical. So 15 centimeter diameter vertical cylinder. So we can see this is the top view. Rotates concentrically inside another cylinder of 15.10 centimeter dia. So this is 15. This is inner cylinder. This is outer cylinder, and in between this is inner cylinder. Obviously, it is rotating of 15 centimeter dia, and the outer cylinder of 15.1 centimeter. Both cylinders are 25 centimeter high. So height of the cylinder is given. So that is length, we can say. The space between the cylinder is filled with the liquid. So this is space. It is filled with the liquid whose viscosity is unknown. If the torque, as it is rotating, some force is required, and force multiplied by radius, that is a torque. So torque is required, that is 12 Newton meter to rotate the inner cylinder at a speed of 100 RPM. Determine the viscosity of the liquid. So this is a typical example of washing machine, we can say, because inner rotor is rotating, inner drum, it rotates inside the cylinder. So obviously how much power is required to rotate that drum, and it has to offer the resistance of the water. So, and as well as in that case, not only water, but the cloths are also there. So we can relate that particular practical example here. Similar kind of situation here. We have to calculate the viscosity in this case. Obviously, Newton's law of viscosity is required. So these are given quantities. Inner radius is 7.5 centimeter. Outer radius is 7.55 centimeter. Length is given, that is 25 centimeter high. Torque is given, that is 12 Newton meter. And the speed is given, that is 100 RPM. So according to Newton's law of viscosity, we have tau is equal to mu into du by dy. But again, we require the integral form. So shear force F is equal to mu into u pi by a, because torque is related with force. So first of all, we'll calculate the force. So because we have to calculate mu, so mu expression in terms of F, that is F into y divided by a into u. But in this expression, F is unknown. So in order to calculate F, we take the help of torque, because torque is equal to force into inner radius, because the torque is applied for inner cylinder. So F into Ri. So Ri is known to us, so we can calculate the force. Once we get this force, we can calculate the dynamic viscosity. Velocity is also, its RPM is given, it is a rotational velocity. But we require linear velocity. So inner diameter is given, that is pi di n by 60. So because we require velocity, linear velocity here. So we convert the rotational velocity into a linear velocity. So this is u. I think F known to us. Distance between two plates, so that is still unknown. So that we can, that is y is nothing but difference between these two, that is Rho and Ri. So that it is 0.0055. So we can difference between Rho and Ri is y. So this is y. Area is the pi dl. So the area of the surface, which is rotating surface, which is associated with this, that we can calculate. And the velocity is this. So this is dynamic viscosity. So here, even though it is y and it is not given, but y we can, again I repeat, y is the distance between two surfaces. Here the rotational surface, two surfaces, obviously one is rotating and other is stationary. This is stationary surface and this is rotational. So this distance is Rho minus Ri. So this is y. the difference between these two. And the inner cylinder, which is rotating. So the area which is in contact with the fluid, area of the moving surface. So that is pi d I into L. That is area required. So that way we can calculate the area. So by considering this, we can calculate the dynamic viscosity. That is 0.864 Newton second per meter square. So this is a numerical number one for two rotating surfaces. So practically we can relate this numerical with the practical, that is working of washing machine. Second numerical, that is here the Newtonian fluid is filled in the clearance between shaft and concentric sleeves. The sleeve attain a speed of 50 meter per second. When a force is 40 Newton is applied to sleeve parallel to the shaft. So here it is not rotating. Shaft and sleeve we can assume here. The sleeve is outer, that is we can say the hollow cylinder, and inside the shaft is rotating. Determine the speed if force 200 Newton is applied. So we can again apply the Newton's law of viscosity here. These are the given quantities. Initially, velocity is given. Sleeve attain a speed of 15 centimeter, that is 0.5 meter per second. F1 is force is given. Second side force is given, and we have to calculate the velocity. The speed if the force is applied. So we know according to Newton's law of viscosity, tau is equal to mu into du by dy. This is basic equation, but we require equation in terms of force. So shear force F is equal to mu into u by y into a. Now in this case, the dynamic viscosity remains constant, and area is also remains constant. Y remains constant. So F is proportional to U. So F1 upon F2, that is equal to U1 upon U2. So from that we can calculate velocity. So here F is proportional to U. So F1 is equal to some constant times U1, and F2 is equal to some constant times U2. So constant, if we take a ratio of both F1 and F2, we get this expression. F1 by F2, that is equal to V1 by U2. So obviously, F1 is known to us. F2 is also known to us. Only unknown is U2, that is 250 centimeters per second. So more speed, you can also, through common sense also, this is 50 centimeters per second. So obviously the speed is also increased if the force is more. Linear velocity, we can say, linear velocity of shaft. Sorry, sleeve, because sleeve, it is moving, and it is moving parallel to the shaft. So it's only there is a sliding part, no rotation is there. Next numerical, here we can consider another example of rotation, that is journal bearing. So you can see the journal bearing where especially used to support the shaft. So this is a pictorial view of journal bearing. So oil inlet, oil is act as a cushioning effect between two mating surfaces. So this is shaft. This is a journal housing. This is a clearance, we can say. And the bearing liner is there. And speed time. And here the oil it deposits. So this is a clearance, we can say. Cushioning and clearance, journal bearing. So we have to calculate what should be the required parameters. So here for, because this is a thin one moving surface and one stationary surface, in between there is a liner and the oil also there. So here we can say the oil, which acts as a cushioning effect or lubricating effect. And again, a practical example here also we can use Newton's law of viscosity. So this is actually the skill, how to apply your knowledge in practical cases. So this we can apply. Now this is a practical oriented problem. So they consider 30 centimeter long journal bearing. So its length is given. This is a journal bearing, or this length is given. that is lubricated with oil whose viscosity is point. So whatever the oil it is filled in this gap, that viscosity is given, that is zero point 0.1 kg per meter second, which is same as SI unit at 20 degrees Celsius at the beginning of the operation, and then its viscosity is reduced at the steady state. So that we can say at the steady state, that is 0.008 kg per meter second. So obviously you can see the viscosity is reduced when the steady state arises. At the beginning it is high and then it is reduced. But why it is reduced? Because of increasing temperature. So here the temperature rises from because of friction also 20 to 80 degrees Celsius. So obviously uh, the viscosity becomes viscosity reduces or oil becomes thin. The diameter of the shaft, this is the shaft is given 8 centimeter, and the average gap between the shaft and journal bearing is uh, that gap. What is the gap where the oil is filled? That means we can say Y is given, that is 0.08 centimeter. So determine the torque needed to overcome the bearing friction. Initially, what is the torque required and what is the torque required during steady state? Because only difference is there the viscosity. And because of the viscosity, obviously we can say the torque required at the beginning is higher than the torque required during the steady state. Viscosity is reduced. Shaft it rotates at 500 RPM. Speed is given. So according to the Newton's law of viscosity, shear force. Torque means shear force expression is required most of the cases. Shear force is mu uy by a, and the torque is force into radius of the shaft, obviously. This is the expression of torque. If we put the value of F here, this is the expression. Now we have to calculate this torque at the beginning, means considering the viscosity 0.1, and at the steady state operation is considering the viscosity during the steady state, which is reduced because of increasing temperature. So we recognize the parameter. So velocity not directly given, but the speed is given. RPM is given. So we can pi d n by 60, we can calculate the velocity. So other parameters given, that is length of the shaft is given, which is required for calculating the area. So that is 30 centimeter. Initial viscosity 0.1 kg per meter second. So no need to change the unit because this is SI unit. Then the steady state viscosity is also given. Diameter of the shaft, that is 0.08, and the distance Y is also given, and the RPM is given. So the area is pi dl, so that is pi. So velocity comes 2.094 meter per second. So obviously all the parameters known to us. Only while calculating the initial torque, we use mu I, because u known to us, y is constant, area is remains constant, that is pi dl, pi capital D and L, and radius again at the half of this diameter of the shaft. Length is given. So area pi dl is given. So initial torque required. So only in this expression we can use mu I for calculating the initial torque. Then initial power, that is pi d, that 2 pi nt by 60. That gives you the initial power. The power expression is that 2 pi nt by 60. So this is a formula you might have learned many times. That is torque, or we can say torque into omega also is, but we need to again, that is 2 pi n by 60. So instead of that, 2 pi n p by 60, that is in watt. If it use 60,000, then it is in kilowatt. So torque comes as the value is less, so torque initial torque is 41.33. Sorry, initial torque is this and power required is 41. So 40 watt power is required to overcome that friction. During steady state operation, obviously the torque is reduced. Only in this case, for calculating this, you have to use μs value because steady state viscosity. That is the only difference. Other parameter remains same. And the power needed again by using this torque 2 pi nt by 60 power formula, you can calculate. So during steady state, the power requirement is reduced drastically because of reduction in things, but there is a drawback because if the oil becomes thin, there is a possibility of metal to metal contact and more wear and tear, and that's why this temperature increase. So the solution to this, we have to take the oil having slightly higher viscosity so that the temperature will be reduced. So no friction will take place, and so the life of the shaft as well as bearing will increase. So this is the way you can give the solutions. So problem statements are there, and this ability you have to inculcate. So that is very much essential. This is a practical oriented numerical. So such kind of practical numericals you can search, you can apply your knowledge there and uh, enhance your problem solving ability as well. Now this is a practical oriented numerical. Another numerical here, we can say the circular disc of diameter d slowly rotated. So this is a circular disc and of diameter d, diameter d, slowly rotated on a in a liquid of large viscosity mu at small diameter d at a small distance h from a fixed surface. The fixed surface is stationary, and derive an expression for torque T necessary as this is rotated. Derive an expression for torque T necessary to maintain an angular velocity omega. So what should be the torque? Now here the velocity doesn't remain constant throughout this section. Unlike the previous cases, here velocity is continuously varying. It is zero at the center and maximum at the edge. So that's why we have to integrate in this particular equation. So first of all, we'll consider elemental string, where for this particular section, the velocity remains constant, we can say, and its radius of this elemental string. So if we see from the top, it resembles string ring, radius r, and having a width dr, its width is dr. The linear velocity at this radius is r omega. So obviously the velocity as this particular ring is very, very small. So the velocity variation we can neglect here. Now here we can apply the expression. So it's moving with velocity omega. Now according to Newton's law of viscosity, we have tau is equal to mu into du by dy. So for elemental ring, so this is a ring which is moving on the surface. So this is moving surface. Okay, and this is stationary surface, it's h. So we can have torque dt apply here. That is equal to shear stress tau multiplied by area of the ring into radius, that is r. So torque is equal to force into radius. So shear stress into area is shear force into radius. Now if we shear stress is mu into du by dy, area of the ring, that is if we consider this, that is 2 pi r is the circumference, that is, and its thickness is r. So 2 pi r, that is area of this particular ring. So this is section, but if you see from the top, it is a ring. So ring area is 2 pi r is the inner surface, and the area, only surface area we require. So that is 2 pi r dr. That is 2 pi r dr into radius is r. Now this equation, again, if we put instead of u, we can put r omega, and instead of dy, we can put h. So obviously it is u by y. So instead of u, we can put r omega. So this is torque that is applied for the only ring. So for the entire disk, we can say we have to integrate this. So this is 2 pi r square dr. Now we have to integrate this equation. So dt is this, that is 2 pi. So all the constants we can club together and multiply by r cube only, that is a variable. Now if we integrate this with respect to, because velocity is 0 here and maximum here, so the limits of the integration, because r is the variable, so 0 to d by 2. And after integration, and if after putting the limits, we get this expression. So tau is equal to twice mu the omega mu d raised to 4 32h. So this is the expression. So this is a unique example where the velocity doesn't remain constant. That's why we consider elemental section, and in order to calculate the total torque, we integrate that. So first we calculate the torque required for elemental ring, and after that we can calculate the torque required for the entire section by integration. So this is a numerical session, but slightly deceiving example, because here we cannot consider the velocity constant. Omega is the total speed, but it is maximum only, while if velocity, it varies with, so 0 at the center and maximum at the end. So this is example of flow over a flat surface. So Newtonian liquid of kinematic viscosity is given of 2.528 Stokes flows over a flat horizontal plate of surface area. This is the surface area of the plate is given, and this is Stokes, so we need to convert into our SI unit. That is, again, this is commercial unit. We have to convert. While converting, we multiply by 10 raised to minus 4. 0.1 meter square velocity at y meter from the plate is given. So this is at y meter from the plate. The velocity distribution equation is given. If the shear force on the plate is, that is at the plate, is 0.352 Newton, find the specific weight and specific gravity of the liquid. So such kind of numericals generally asked in GATE examination. So this is typical example where the u is given as a function of y. So obviously we have to use Newton's law of viscosity in differential form. So these are the given quantities. You can say 2.5 Stokes converted into meters square per second. Area is given 0.8 meters square. U is given. F is given. According to Newton's law of viscosity, tau is equal to mu into du by dy. So du by dy we calculate by differentiating this with respect to y. It's 2 into 6y square. And at plate, that is at y is equal to 0, its value becomes 2. So du by dy is 2. Tau, as force is given, we can calculate tau, that is tau max, because at the plate it is asked. So because force is applied at the plate, so that force is given at the plate. So tau max at this, that is F upon A. So area is also given, so we can calculate tau. Then both values known to us, only unknown is mu. So we can calculate mu by putting tau max and du by dy here. We can calculate mu. It's 0.22 Newton second per meter square. So we have to calculate specific weight, but the relation between dynamic and kinematic viscosity. So ratio of dynamic viscosity to mass density is kinematic viscosity. So rho is equal to mu by nu. because kinematic viscosity is given. Putting the value, we can calculate density multiply by G gives specific, or multiply by 1000, it gives specific gravity, and specific weight multiply by G. This. These are the values. That is 8537.13. So this is slightly a tricky example, but still you stick with the formula expression, then you will not feel difficult. This is for your homework. Just pause and solve the example. Similar kind of numerical we have solved at the beginning. So just solve at home. So that's it. At the end of this particular lecture, you should be able to apply the Newton's law of viscosity on rotating components as well as flow over surfaces. But basically, you need to develop the skill of applying so only knowing the expression is not sufficient. How to apply the expression is also important. How to recognize the parameter in the statement, conversion of the units, that all these things we should learn. So with this, we have completed the numerical part on viscosity. So for more numerical, you can refer books, and especially Rajput, there are many varieties are there. Bansal, there are varieties are there. You can use local publication only for numerical statements. But the methodology you can follow, fix one particular methodology here. So you can follow the techniques of solving problem through this particular way. Thank you very much.